So we do not have an intro song, but no big deal
We can work
because
on that.
we're
We can have somebody make one for
yeah,
us.
unless anyone wants to just bust out in song right now,
Nope.
I'm all set.
Yeah, me too.
So the girls are meeting up today, and we're gonna probably do a quick recap of this past weekend because we all met each other this weekend, and I'm sure we all have stories to share. But I'm very sad. I don't have a Dale Bear right now, and I feel so left out. And has everyone been following that fiasco on Twitter the past couple hours?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it amazes me the persistence of the Minifans. Just everyone already has one. It's freaking nuts.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest and say I went to 3 different stores after work tonight looking for one. So
yes, that's good. I went to one, and there's 2 more. I have a blueprint like laid out, like I'm going to go rob a bank at my lunch tomorrow. How many CVS can I get to in 45 minutes? Because the desperation is kicking in.
yes, I can already tell you that one of them does not have any because I called.
Did you?
How do you
I
describe that though? How many like Valentine's Day stuffies are there? It's
Oh,
like
I explained it to
to
a
the
T. I
T.
told them that it
Oh.
sings.
I think there are about like 5 CVSs in my area, so I can go on a hunt too. If I get if I get extra, I'll do a giveaway.
I would,
Just
yes.
buy them all.
Yes,
Buy them all, Tara.
yes.
We'll take all that you have.
Perfect.
It's such a good example, though, of Kirk walks into a CVS, puts on Periscope, and just, I mean, we eat that right up, and it's so entertaining, and he's doing that for his fans. It's incredible.
I know. It's so crazy because I'm in a younger generation, and it's like the celebrities and I mean just people that I like. I mean, this doesn't compare really. I mean, tickets selling out in 2 seconds and all this stuff. It's just like holy crap. It just doesn't feel real in a way, especially with what happened over the past weekend. It's just insane to me.
Yes. So let's get to the big news of the weekend. Tara, let's see. Oh,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that I honestly had no idea. And I really was just like in shock because all I wanted to do this past weekend, was just be like in the front row and kind of just be close to Kirk. I didn't even think, like, I remember at his old show when he would be saying like, oh, I'm going to have meetings at Mohegan and like all that stuff back then. And I was like, let's just go to Mohegan. Like, I want to meet him or whatever he was doing. But yeah, like I didn't expect all of this. So it was just, really a cool experience. And
Yeah, I thought the timing of you raising your hand, like
I
listening
had no
back,
idea.
I'm like, wait, was that planned? Like that
No,
was pretty
I
cool.
was just like, I want to bullshit.
Yeah.
I just want to go up there and like, I just really wanted to do that. But I guess he was going to call on me anyway. So,
Well, the fact that you raised your hand, yeah, it was just great.
And I kind of have to brag a little bit because I had the camera ready because at one point, I know we were sitting together. You actually got up to go to the bathroom or go get some food.
No, he told me to go get food. He told me to, like,
and he
on
actually
purpose.
asked me, he told me it was happening and asked me to record it. So that's how I was so ready and able to send you the video right after you sat down.
I loved it. And it was just funny too because Kirk was staying at the same hotel as us, and we met him prior to going there. So I don't know if maybe he put 2 and 2 together, like, okay, these are the people, or I don't know. It was just like, I don't know. I'm still processing it. Like it's just like really cool,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that weekend on its own was awesome. So including that into it all is just
all of
it. Couldn't have gone any better. It couldn't have gone any better for you. So
yeah,
you must still be on cloud 9. Good for you.
Yes, congratulations again.
Thank you. I'll be at the Wilbur. Show 1.
Are you the bigger fan in your relationship, or are you guys a pretty even-keeled Minifan couple?
I would say so. He was the one who started listening to Kirk and Jerry first, but then he like said, "Hey, listen to this," and I was like, "I love this man. I love
I'm
Kirk."
all in. I'm all in.
I'm like, I hope, yeah. I was just like, I love, like, I just, everything about the conversations and just everything he's all about, I just really got into it. Now I feel like I'm more expressive about how, like, being a fan, you know, I feel like he's more of just like on this, like, quiet about it, but he is a big fan too. I think we're on the same level, but I'm more of like, I love this, I love that, and I'll just go wild with it, you know?
So I was thinking, Blind Mike has a groupie, and Steve
Can I
has
be
a
Kirk's
groupie.
groupie?
Kirk needs a groupie. It's not right, Tara.
I need it. I'm going to be his groupie.
Yeah, you really should. I mean, you don't have a parody name or anything right now, right?
No.
Yeah, see? It's
I'm going to do that right
then.
now.
We are getting things done in this today. I like it.
Yes.
Oh,
was-
that's funny.
It was
I
so
think you
funny.
fit the role. I definitely think you fit the role.
Oh,
Yes.
I mean, the things I text my now fiance about Kirk, I probably should be his groupie.
Oh, okay. Well, we all know like Kirk would share those. So
Yes.
Yeah, so we're not going to say that in the chat.
okay.
But
All
it was
right.
funny. I was FaceTiming one of my best friends, and her mom listened to his old show, and she was like, "Harry Minahan should be the ring bearer." I'm like,
Oh my goodness. Well,
don't even tell me twice. No.
I know. So do you show up in the Wilbur in a wedding gown or, you know?
Honestly, I think I should, as like a joke,
Yeah, I know.
like I should go get a dress on Amazon or like go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx and just
Just
like,
a simple white gown, nothing extravagant, but something that everybody will get.
yeah, I think that's a great idea. And I'm bummed, like I'm like not in the front or anything, so it was funny. I'm like, someone just needs to, like, I'll just jump off the balcony onto the stage somehow. Like, let me just find a way
Crowd
to
surf down to the stage.
nice.
imagine.
Yeah.
I've never been to the Wilbur, but
No, neither have I.
yeah.
Did we all get tickets, Brandy? I know you did.
Yes.
Yes. Tara,
Yep.
are we all going to show one?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes,
Yes.
me too. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same section as Lauren.
Yes, I think we're within.
Section B.
Just
Yeah,
fit
I'm
me
row
up.
4. Yeah.
I'm small. Just fit me in, like, between. I'll share a seat with one of you.
Yes.
right on my lap. I
That's
I
fine.
understand.
I'm pretty much like a size child, so it's fine.
Oh, here I am.
Yay!
Oh, there
there
you're
we
back.
go.
I got cut out. I was trying to yell for Justin, but
Well, so actually, I had the same question for you, Betsy. Are you and your man like equal fandom here, or is one a little bit more so than the other?
my husband's definitely a bigger fan. We were Steve fans on Howie Carr. I knew nothing about Kirk. When he
Whoa.
left, it took us a minute to be like, all right, well, what's Steve up to? And
Yep.
then he started listening, and then was just kind of slowly, I started getting into it. And yeah, now I'm in. It's just amazing. It's just awesome content. It's hilarious. It's
Yeah,
fun.
once you're into it, it's
Oh yeah, it took me a while,
fantastic.
like, because all the names seem to sound so similar. Like, wait, DC, MHB, Colonine, it's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But like, once you like get into the world,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, this is funny. This is really cool. So
I like
Now-
hearing how you got into the world too, because you don't hear that you don't hear many people say they followed Steve into the world.
No,
So it's nice to know where the Steve's groupie thing comes from.
yeah,
that's the
well,
one
no,
thing
that's
that will
definitely
get
where-
cut out and played on the show. Probably is
Yeah.
that story right there.
That will be the one thing that Steve
Yeah.
remembers to cut.
She'll be like,
Well,
"Oh,
actually,
well,
in Madawaska, meeting some of the fans, I met so many Steve lovers. Like
I met
so
his
many,
wife.
and I
His
definitely,
wife
yeah,
is-
so it was just kind of interesting to see people's, what they really think, because Twitter is so easy to talk shit, and it's kind of part of the, it's like a game,
Yeah,
like,
right.
so yeah, I
Mhm.
found that kind of just fun to meet, fans, and we all love each other, really.
The
Yeah.
people are incredible. And I'll tell you, actually, Betsy, you were the first person I met at Madawaska.
Yes, no, like my husband was like, "Is that Lauren?" I was like, "Kind of looks like her. She looks freaking stressed out." Like,
I
oh
had
man,
the
like,
worst day. I was all by myself. I was near tears. I walked into the, Big Rick's. It was horrible. And you gave me a hug, and it turned the entire weekend around. So I
oh,
just wanted to
amazing,
say that
amazing, yeah,
it was everyone is so welcoming.
oh yeah,
I am not the easiest social person. I have zero trouble talking to anyone because we have the same
yeah,
thing to talk about. It's very easy.
yeah, yeah,
I love that because I mean, I've always tried to be a part of groups, I guess you could say. And, I've had like fan accounts for different people that I've liked, but it was just so nice to see because I've been following everybody and I've heard, about all of you pretty much. And I'm like, oh, like I kind of want to be a part of the group. Like I just love the community, I guess you could say. So after this trip, it was just like, I feel so included, if that makes sense. Like that's
No,
so
absolutely.
well, you were a big part of the show there too, so
and I didn't even, I don't know. And then just yeah, I guess it was just like really special. So I definitely like it's something I'll obviously never forget. So I'm hoping, yeah, I don't know, just
I couldn't agree more with you. Lauren said something that actually I can relate to. So I don't say this often, but I didn't show up to the lake until about noontime. I
I saw
honestly
you. I saw you.
Yeah, I
I saw you
honestly
got
sat
into
in
the
my
car.
hotel room until almost 11:30 and was in tears because of my like social anxiety. Like I had been dressed and ready to go since like 7 o'clock that morning and couldn't bring myself to do it. And I have to say, actually, Will and Latino Kirk were DMing me throughout the morning, and everybody was just so great and welcoming. And to walk into the restaurant that night, and it was like everybody had known everybody forever. And it was just a great feeling. And it's something that I'm happy that I brought myself to finally do and be a part of.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question about that because there was a lot of kind of mystique going on Twitter for a while with your, parody account, and it was becoming really fun and it had some chatter. So did you feel like there was a little bit more pressure on you because of that, or?
Not really.
Mhm.
Once I get myself into a situation, I am super social and the anxiety kind of disappears. But I work myself up when I have to go into a group of people alone. And that really kind of riles me up a little bit. So it wasn't so much, trying to stand up to the parody account as it was entering hundreds of people whom I've never met before and not
Sure.
knowing where to begin.
Yeah, right. No, I get that. Now, is it awkward at all? Because I run very, very shy. So is it weird to go up to Blind Mike and be like, "Hey, I'm the one who's kind of been, making these sexual innuendos at you for the
Oh
past
my
I would like to say it is, but like I said, once I break that ice and I get into the situation, I am an open book and I have no filter. And
Okay.
that's part of what I like about Kirk is the unfiltered comedy.
Yeah.
So once I, finally meet him, no, I can joke all night long. So
Well, it was the funniest thing too, because with Kirk, it was like he was going around to the tables, and I only had one drink. Like I wasn't like Mike, but
Well, yeah.
I'm not sure
We'll get
any
into
of
that
us
in a
were
I don't
minute.
think
like
I
Mike.
could ever be like that. But anyway, so he was Kirk was across from me talking to this couple, and I literally was like pointed at him, and I was like, "Come here, like you come here."
Oh, you gave him the little like come hither.
Oh, she did.
Like and I don't know, like it was just like so funny. And like I don't know, it's weird that I feel so comfortable being like like that. I guess because of his presence of, the comedic part of him, as well as, I don't know, he's just a genuinely nice person. I know people give him shit, and he, sometimes has those moments, but it like when you actually talk to him, and he's a really cool person. Like
Well, yeah, he welcomes it and he truly appreciates his fans. So it's a very good situation. So I
Also,
understand that.
yeah, when you spend so much time as well listening to someone, you
Yeah,
kind of, it's like you feel like you know them. It's like, how many
it's
hours have we spent
crazy.
listening to this show?
Yeah,
It's quite the commitment. So it's like meeting him in person. It's like, yeah, we know you. Like,
yeah. Like I remember listening to his "It's About Like Enough About Me" podcast when it was about his daughter, and I remember I cried like a baby when he told that story. And then even today he mentioned it
Even
too.
today, yes,
Yeah.
I
I
got
was just
emotional.
like, all
Yeah.
right, I'm not, no. But it's just, I don't know. And then like the whole mental health thing, and it's like I can go on and on. I can go on and on about it, but I'm actually making the account right now for Kirk's groupie. So
I love it. There
Yes,
we go.
yes.
I know I'm like, he's gonna be like, okay, who is this?
I think he's going to enjoy that.
Yes.
I wouldn't worry about it.
No, yeah, he'll be thrilled, I'm sure. And I'm like, he's doing all this stuff and periscoping. I'm like, aren't you celebrating Keith's birthday? Like, but I think it's really cool. Like, he's just awesome. But anyways, back to Madawaska. How was the food? Did you guys have the red snappers?
I did not have
Okay, I
the
didn't
red
either.
snappers.
I was too cold to eat, and then I had some pasta salad. No, not pasta salad. The potatoes.
See, Betsy, you were there early like me, right? So like
we
I
got
had left.
there very early. Did anyone get their fishing licenses?
No,
I did.
I did. I
I
did.
kind of
too.
expected a little bit of a difference. You did too, Brandy?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. When
Yep.
we got there, it was like around 7:30 or so, and
Mhm.
there was no fishing. It
No.
was more of, just kind of a party scene, so which was okay, but we hung out for a bit, and then we were like, we're just gonna kind of go do our own thing. We shopped for the kids and just kind of checked out the local town. I know everyone's been talking about how nice everyone was, but truly, people in Madawaska are amazing. Like, we couldn't get out of a store without talking to someone for like 20 minutes and just hearing about the
Aw.
local stories. Big Rick himself picked us up at our hotel so we could go party at Mike and the Minifans.
Really?
Oh yeah, and then Barbara, Tim and Canton's buddy, phone call buddy, prank call buddy, gave us a ride back. So it was just really neat to just be there and experience the people. The people are really, truly awesome there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wish I was able to go to Mike and the Minifans. I got in at midnight, so
I
Right.
know. I wanted so bad to be there. I didn't get in until 3 a.m. So
Yeah.
Oh my
I-
goodness.
So the whole thing with Mike, I feel like being at Mike and the Minifans was a big part of the weekend for me. Like, I don't know, we went there to party and we had a freaking great time.
It was
Obviously,
an icebreaker for sure.
yeah. I mean, on air, it's not going to translate as well. I read someone on Twitter today, like, oh, just cancel Mike and the Minifans. It's like, no, like,
wait,
we don't want to
really?
sit around and watch Mike drink hot tea. Like, if people, I think part of the thing is he's trying to relate with the fans, and he's like, oh, people want me to drink beer, so that's what I'm going to do. But I don't know. I mean, the end of the day, he wouldn't have fans without Kirk, so he's got to kind of respect
Right. Well, that's
his rules. His job was to not get hammered, and he didn't quite get that done.
well, I think that's
Yeah.
what I was saying, or while thinking to myself, is that it's hard when you're doing a live show, and I guess that boundary between being a co-host and then being with fans, it's like it's just a different environment than when he's in the studio and then surrounded by
Of course.
this group of people. So I get that, but like you said, it's the respect of like, oh well, this still is my boss. And I understand the I guess social I don't know, the social environment. It was just in that way where it's like, okay, maybe I can do this or that, but it just, I guess, backfired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely didn't ruin the show in the least bit
No.
for me. Like, and I don't think anyone there would say that. I mean,
No.
And that was going to be my comment is I think we all know how bad it was, but it definitely came off much worse on Monday's podcast
Oh,
than
for
being
sure.
there in person.
For sure. I
Yeah.
didn't
Because
quite, I mean, I caught up, like, I caught it, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is obnoxious. Like,
I'm in the
Right.
same boat. I caught it at the show, but definitely listening to Monday's podcast and hearing it back, I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize how bad
Yeah.
it was.
And you'll hear Kirk say something like, "It's okay, Mike, I got it." And during the live show, you kind of laugh that off, and then when you're hearing it
Right.
you're like, "Oh, I know what he's saying here, and I know what that means." So
Yeah.
it was much
right.
more evident listening to it back. No, I
I
agree.
feel like we were in just we all just were having a good time and weren't really looking for that. Or
I think we were all just too focused on Kirk's ass shaking to notice what Mike was doing.
honestly,
That was the thing. There was actually a
that-
lot more music than I expected, which, like,
Yes.
watching Kirk get up there and do the stage I mean, it was great
Oh.
watching him
Oh,
dance,
yeah.
but now I kind of am like, oh, that kind of makes sense why there's so much music. He's
it's
just
more
trying to do it.
improvising than actual, sitting down and having a conversation. I mean, I think it worked out because in that setting, it made sense versus, obviously when they're in the studio, Kirk's not going to do stuff like that. So it just was played off really well. And maybe that's why
Right.
in the moment I was like, I don't see a problem with this. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
it was
obnoxious.
fine.
But
Yeah.
then, like Lauren said, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you picked up on
this.
those little comments the second time around for sure.
Yeah.
I was originally going to get a balcony seat for the Wilbur, but after all of the musical portion of the show, I said, nope, I want to sit on the floor because if he's coming out and dancing like this,
You
I
might get a
want
lap
to
dance.
be down there.
From my understanding, the seats in our section, Lauren, actually have tables.
I
And
saw
I would be
that.
quite okay if he was dancing on our table. I mean, I'm not
Okay.
going
Yeah,
I
we're
really-
not gonna like point and say, over here, I have money
No.
to.
No, we
I
won't go
definitely
that
sleep
far.
on the floor. I'm sleeping on the floor. Like, I don't care. Like, I mean, I don't know if, CJ can email Steve again, get us in. I mean, it worked before.
You know,
right.
you might be on stage. I mean, there might be a ceremony. So
I'm at this point, I'm a little worried she's gonna tell her fiance to like take a hike and ask Kirk to step in.
I mean, hey.
Betsy, I don't know if are you going to the Wilbur?
We tried getting tickets. We were not successful. I'm pretty amazed at. I mean, I felt like I was pretty persistent. Obviously, not persistent enough. But I'm not in panic mode yet. It seems like there's still tickets out there.
You can camp out and see
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We're kind of spontaneous, so if we just end up going down and figuring it out, we'll do it. I love the idea of just small town USA shows, though. Like the intimacy of Madawaska was just really neat. Just like we were just right there, and just watching them do their thing. Which the Wilbur's obviously going to be different. Not that
No.
there's, it's a different atmosphere.
Not
which
in a
is great.
worse way, just different.
No, it's just different.
Right,
So
yeah.
that's part of the reason that we were like, no, we have to go. Cause it's just, I don't know, it's just more like country scene. That's just kind of more of what I like. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously we're going to try to go. Yeah, we could not land tickets yet, but we'll see.
I mean, I love that there's that intimate, setting, and I love that it's growing. The fan base is growing. I just love this small community so much, and it's like to, I don't know, be called out and to be in that, like to be in Madawaska. It's like, oh crap! Like he probably, like, what if he does sell the garden? Like, I'm like, I don't know. It's great that he's getting the recognition that he deserves, and he's really in a place where he mentally and emotionally seems better. You know what I mean? But I definitely I don't think anything could compare to this weekend. I know the shows will get better and better, but I do like the idea of having the small and the larger shows.
Yeah. Any predictions of the fall show?
Ugh.
Location wise?
Hey, I have Southwest points, so
That was I have Hilton points, so you know, even if I have to pay for the flight or
Let's
drive,
just like share a big room.
there, yes.
So I'm very strapped for cash, Brandy. Maybe I can bunk with you so we can have our anxiety in the hotel room together
Yes.
and be able to leave the room.
Exactly.
I'm
I
kind
am
of
always
hoping
up for a roommate.
I'm hoping
Oh,
for like
perfect.
Wyoming, maybe Montana, something like that. Didn't get to go fishing, but maybe hunting. Kill a deer with
Oh.
Steve.
I don't know. Those are some crazy fans. I don't know if I want to be around all that, weaponry.
I'm so upset that I didn't see a moose up there or something. Like, I didn't see anything. Like when they were like, "Oh, I didn't see any animals." I'm like, neither did I. Like, I would have loved to see that. Oh, by the way, Kirk's groupie is the username's not taken, so I'm working on that now. So
I
There
mean,
you
what
go.
an injustice that it has not been taken yet.
I
can't
know.
You know,
believe
I was
it.
thinking about that the other day, but I was like, well, we're all Kirk's groupies.
It's
You
yeah,
know,
it's
That's
so
true.
because I was like, well, he doesn't have one, but it's like we all are. But yeah,
yeah.
Tara, go get it.
I don't want to say what I want to say, but
No, go for it.
like Kirk can be my sugar daddy. I'm just saying. And my fiance will probably kill. No, he knows. I say
I think he's already aware.
I
Yes.
say that stuff to him all the time. I'm just like,
Oh man.
I mean, this is a nice safe space, ladies. So I think it's okay if I disclose that. So
Absolutely. Yeah, and I don't think it's funny because I always say like I'm not here to judge anybody, but in another way that's kind of like what that podcast is built on. So it's funny. It's almost kind of works both ways. So
right, exactly, and I
we
think,
judge in fun is what I'll say.
right,
Yes.
and it makes me not take things too seriously. Like I
Mhm.
think I definitely think my fiance has the same personality as Kirk, like very sarcastic, and I'm learning to be like, okay, well, he's kidding, you know what I mean? And he's also genuine, obviously. So it's obviously these references, man. I just like am picking them up, anyways. So, but yeah, it's just I'm sure I'll hear this at some point on a show about him being my sugar daddy. So
Well, that's good. So it was like an all-timer episode today with parody songs, which is one of my favorite parts of the show.
yeah,
And I think that at the live show this past weekend, they played quite a few and they kind of felt out how the audience reacted. And I had a few thoughts about that. One is you couldn't hear on the recording the audience singing along.
mhm.
It didn't come through. So I don't know if they want to like aim a microphone out toward the audience so they can hear
Yeah,
the singing more.
Yeah,
I
well,
think that
I
would
mean,
be
the
really
Wilbur,
cool.
they'll have a actual professional setup where,
yeah.
That wasn't
that.
professional setup.
I
Oh,
know.
poor Steve. He was freaking sweating like,
Poor
oh,
Poor
Steve.
guy.
I
Oh,
felt
that was
so
rough to
bad.
watch. That was rough to
yes.
watch. But he did it.
Yeah. So I don't know if people who weren't there knows, but it took what 15 minutes for them to get the send. It was buzzing and it was beeping. I said every dog in a 10-mile radius has
Yeah.
dropped dead by now because it kept
Oh.
making these terrible sounds.
Yes.
Oh, I felt so bad. So is there like a sneaky forgotten parody song you are hoping will get played at the Wilbur? Because I was thinking the SEDC Sleuth should get played just because everyone can sing that.
Yes.
That's a good one. Yeah, I was actually really impressed. Everyone knew like all the lyrics in the room. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Like every single word. Like
It's just funny because I like the today when the parody that was originally the Chainsmokers Closer with Halsey, I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this one or that one, like even the Under the Sea one. And it was just like I don't know, it's just so funny. I enjoy that part too. And it's just like at the show when the waitresses were coming in and out and we were singing rape, I was like, these poor people probably.
They must just be like, what in the actual hell is going on?
Yes.
And
I
yeah.
also enjoy the parody songs. I have to be honest though, today, I think one of my favorites was the one about Kirk at the end of the show.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I definitely laughed and was starting to sing along towards the end of it.
Well, start playing them every day because we want to make sure to know
Yeah.
all the words.
Yes.
I know.
All of them. Like I'll pop up YouTube at least a couple times a week and listen to them.
Really? That's
Whatever's on there.
Yeah, I do that in my car when, if I finish the podcast and I don't have anything to listen to in the car, I will put YouTube on in my car and listen to it. I find myself not listening to actual radio anymore these days.
no, I just listen to music and then that. And,
Yeah.
it's yeah. Forget radio. So,
Well, I think, I've got a lot of ladies have kind of, they do the little hand raising emoji whenever it's brought up that the girls get together.
mhm.
So, we picked this group because we all did the weekend thing, and I'm not sure what's going to happen next, but it seems like a lot of people are interested, and there's always something to talk about is the
Oh,
best
yeah.
thing. So,
Right. There's always, I think that'd be fun to do this as, much as we can or frequently. I mean, I know Mike and the Minifans, but we can have our own a little show.
well, yeah, and I mean, jump
Yeah.
on there. I'm sure he's going to ask you because, we all have shown a lot of interest in the community. So,
Yeah.
it's always fun to just kind of get on and say, hey, this is what I liked. And that's what Twitter's for too. So,
Yeah.
this is what I think's funny. This is what I think, I liked today. And
Yeah.
and now there's a groupie for every person, and that makes me very happy.
I know.
Yes.
I love
Good
it.
job, Lauren. You're a rock
Yes.
star.
Yeah. No, it's
Um,
been.
but I think this was good tonight, and we'll see what Steve thinks. We know what his
Yes.
favorite part was going to be.
Yes, we do.
Actually, I do want to clear up. I was
Yes.
standing right by the guidance counselor of the schools. There is an indoor tennis court, people. It's real.
Yay, there we go.
I thought there was as well. Is it in its own separate building though?
It sounded like it's actually Russ's pilot's wife. She's a guidance counselor at the school. And she's like, no,
Okay.
there's indoor tennis courts.
What
They're
a small
real.
town. What a small world. Really.
It's a
No,
super
it was
small
really
town
fun
when-
being up there and just
Yes.
yeah.
It's like Russ the pilot, and we're like, oh yeah, Russ the pilot.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
We know
And
who
they
he
were
is.
all really enjoying the fame, it seemed like,
Oh,
yeah.
Stacy really, she was great.
Oh,
It was fun.
yeah. The Stacy parody song was really good.
Oh,
I
that was almost one of my
Yes.
top. Like that was so
adorable.
funny. Just the timing
Adorable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I wish I was creative like that, but I'm
I
not.
know. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna think of something. Like I can't sing, but I would just like listen to regular songs and be like, this might make a good parody song.
Yeah, it's funny how your mind just automatic. It's like doesn't matter what song it is. Like, oh, how could this be turned into
Yeah.
a parody
I
song?
can
Yes.
squeeze in one word here and one word there, but I
Right.
cannot make it all come
But they're
together.
also fast with it too. It's like within 24 hours, there's something here and something there. I'm like, I could not do that.
No. Well, likewise. Well, I think we all have our projects for tonight, and it's to go find Dale Bears. So,
Right, CVS, here
we'll,
I come.
yeah, I know. We're about to storm the gates.
I'm gonna get my
I have
account.
checked a Walmart and I had no luck there either. So
Good
Oh.
gracious.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get my account up and running, and I'll follow you guys, and then
Please do.
Yes.
All right, thanks,
All
Lauren,
right.
for the invite. That was fun.
guys.
Happily
Yes,
do it
it was.
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.